BTicino has always positioned its projects within the context of contemporary design. Since the foundation of the company, almost every decade has been marked by BTicino with an extremely coherent approach that conceives electrical components as industrial objects, not only in terms of their standardized production and low cost, but also in terms of their aesthetic significance. A silent history focused on elements that are discrete by their very nature and represent the heart of its production. In this sense, from 1948 to the present, BTicino has shed light on design. This history was celebrated by the Triennale di Milano in 2008 with a widely appreciated exhibition curated by Marco Romanelli and entitled Paths of Design: 60 Years in the History of BTicino. In the exhibition, the visitors admired the historic products manufactured by BTicino in a suggestive journey across time, created with faithful reconstructions of the lifestyle and taste of each single period. The end of the 40s and the post-war reconstruction were distinguished by the Ticino series, dated 1948, the historic collection with push-button or lever controls, a lamp holder body made out of bakelite or porcelain, and a wall plate in round beveled glass. The technology, which was quite advanced for the times, chose an image of formal continuity with the past. The 50s witnessed the creation of Domino, the first single-body electric switch with 2 or 3 push buttons, a successful interpretation of the spirit of research to achieve the best product for everyone, where standardization was primarily conceived as an aesthetic process. Made out of ivory-colored, heat-hardening resin, Domino offered the utopia of a universal washable white and was characterized by the early minimal fillet of the edge. The 60s and 70s were distinguished by the incomparable Magic Collection, a fine example of innovation from both a technical point of view, thanks to the introduction of a new logic of modular installation, and from an aesthetic point of view, with a futuristic aluminium wall plate which elegantly framed the white heat-hardening resin switches. Magic simultaneously expressed a note of material richness and a versatility which made it suitable for any space, factors that allowed it to find universal application in any residential context, in a society in rapid evolution. In the 70s, the remarkable success of this collection led to a significant development. Magic became a total system, the first on the market. It took into account the requirements of the designer, the installer, and the resident all at the same time. A symptomatic step was the presentation of the Lifesaver switch, a name that, from that moment on, would routinely be used to designate the residual current device. The 80s witnessed the appearance of the Living series and the color revolution. The wall plate evolved from service element to decorating and design element, and as such, it could be matched to the colors of the interiors. For the first time, the switches were dark, enclosed in a colored wall plate. Yellow, red, green, and more, up to 20 different painted or plated shades. In the 90s, the trail blazed by Living was carried on with greater attention. The form became alternately rounded and softened in the Living International series, or austere and minimal in the Light series. In one, dark and saturated colors, in the other, light and evanescent tones. The two collections represent a step forward towards the idea of home automation, offering miniaturized systems such as the burglar alarm or a sound system. The year 2000 brought light tech, characterized by an overall metallized finish on the wall plate and switches, interpreting the minimalist trend in home decoration and appearing in parallel as a natural interface for the first integrated home automation solutions, from comfort to energy savings, from communication to security. The new millennium was characterized by the end of all unitary visions and the coexistence of a variety of living styles. Absolute is a product conceived to adapt to the multiform diversity that surrounds us. In this series, launched in 2005, the more sophisticated material possibilities result in stylistically unitary systems that, starting with the wall plates, delineate sophisticated control monitors well suited to interpret the My Home automation system. In 2008, it was the turn of Absolute Niter and Weiss in the sign of black and total white, highlighted by the futuristic luminescence of the LED light and the purity of the glass surface. This is BTicino's answer to a new conception of design, which prefers unique aesthetic choices and considers the coherence between sophisticated image and technological performance to be indispensable. 60 years of BTicino history, a journey through design.